I'm here. I will not hide. I will stand my ground. And I'll tell you one thing. I still want Erik Ten Hag at Manchester United. Did you hear me? You want me to say it again? I still want Erik Ten Hag at Manchester United. Yes, I do. I'm not like Cass. I won't go in. I won't go out. I won't go in. I won't go out. I'm here to remain. And until I say I want him out, he stays at this football club. Because when I'm out, I'll be done. That is the thing. I will give you consistency from back in 2022, from back in 2023, and now in 2024. Once I say I want this manager to leave the football club, I will stay on it. And I will say my reasons why. And then whether the club change, that's up to them. They can make that decision. But right now, guys, I'm not going to run and duck and let Cass just take all the slander. I'm going to do my videos like I normally do. And it allows me to talk. It allows me to express myself because I do want Erik Ten Hag to remain at this football club because I'm willing to still give it a chance. And it might be hope, if that's what you want to call it. I'm bleeding on hope. I'm going to suffer more. And you want me to suffer more? So be it. So be it. Because I'm not going to come on here and say what people want me to say. I'm going to come on here and say what I want to say. And that's the difference. So big up, never a foul, like, subscribe. Let's talk about it because that loss hurt. 3-0 at home to Liverpool. Third game of the season. Not what I wanted to see at all. Look, we didn't even score at home. And that's a disappointment no matter who you're playing against. But to concede 3 in the manner we did, the body language, Ten Hag and what he said, everything was a bit of a shit show, if I'm totally honest. Look, first 15, 20 minutes, I thought Manchester United were pretty good. I'm not going to say it was amazing, but naturally we came out on the front foot and we were penning back Liverpool with one thing that was missing, and that was a clear-cut chance and a clear finish. We didn't create enough. We had a lot of the ball, but we didn't really have that power punch, that killer blow to take the lead and go 1-0 up, just like we did in the FA Cup quarter-final last season when McTominay scored. It didn't happen. And then the game just changed, obviously. The disallowed goal and then Casemiro. Now, look, Casemiro was to blame for the first goal. I don't know what he's doing with that pass. Liverpool were quick to pounce. Liverpool were quick to get attack. And Liverpool were quick to score. They were clinical. We've seen Liverpool in past years maybe have games like that where they didn't take their chances. But on Sunday, they did. And they punished Manchester United and they punished Casemiro, gave the ball away, and it hurt. And that changed the landscape of the game because until then, it was pretty even, apart from Liverpool, having a couple of attacks where they started to grow into the game. But it was balanced at 0-0. And then we get the second goal, shrugged off the ball. Shouldn't just be scoring from that. That's why I don't wholeheartedly blame Casemiro. Yes, he gave the ball away, but Liverpool was still brilliant in that attack, and it was shit defending from Man United because Martinez was gazing, ball watching, Salah, eye through the needle pass, Diaz, great finish, 2-0. And it just felt like the game was done from there. The body language was sucked out of the players. We didn't have the ability to respond. And Liverpool then started creating more and more and more, and it felt like they could score more and more and more. And, the second half, Casemiro was subbed off, Toby Collier was thrown in, and, it was hard for him at a young age, tried his best, and of course, I respect that, but the quality weren't there for Manchester United across the defence, the midfield and the attack. Marcus Rashford created a couple good chances in the second half, wasn't that effective, been far more effective over previous seasons. And then Garnacho, I look at it, guys, and look, I'm going to say this on Garnacho. I think Garnacho is the perfect impact player. I really do. But when he starts games, I just don't think he has the proper impact. For me, he's not strong enough on the ball. 2, I don't think he takes on his man enough and beats his man enough. 3, his decision-making and finishing is not quite up to scratch there. He's a young player. I know he's going to improve. But the way Man United fans scream for him to have the number 7 maybe, and, he should start every game, I hear it because the quality of the other attackers isn't great. That's the only reason why he should be starting. But for me, Garnacho is like Trossard. When you start him, he doesn't really impact games enough. When you bring him off the bench, They're there and they turn the volume up. And that's where I stand on Garnacho. But I'm not here to bash him. I'm not here to have a go at him. I'm just trying to say to people, I don't rate him like others do. Ahmad has to start. The best attacker for Manchester United when he came on that pitch. Simple as that. Has to start. I always feel like Ahmad is playing with a point to prove. Ahmad is one of them players that gives you guile. He gives you great passing, movement, touch and goes. He can finish as well. High IQ, retains the ball. He had the most touches in that Liverpool box, and he's only on the pitch for 15, 20 minutes. So when I look at it, Ahmad gives something to United that they don't have. And I think he has to play because you can't always step on that pitch with a point to prove, or if he has a bad game, he has to be dropped or he has to come off first. No, just allow him to be on that pitch. Allow him to be free. Because if you start putting pressure on him, he's going to play tense, and then you're taking away Ahmad from Ahmad. So, yeah, but Ten Hag, guys, look, it's the third season now, and I expect us to be better. Pull it out there. I said top 4, win the Europa League, and I'll be happy. I think that'd be a good season because Europa League, we haven't got the Champions League dropouts. There's no excuses in there. We've basically got 2 players in each position. And the top 4 there, you got Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Chelsea, new manager, a load of players. Will they gel? They'll win some games 5-2, but then they'll draw like they did to Palace on the weekend. You've got Tottenham, up and down. Aston Villa, don't know what you're getting sometimes, especially when they're in the Champions League now. Newcastle, squad depth. Manchester United can get 4th, and we should definitely be going for top 4 minimum. It's the 3rd season now. We've backed the manager. There's no excuses. And despite me looking all pretty in the first 5 minutes, I've got to say it truthfully. There is no more excuses, Erik Ten Hag. I'm still with you now, but come that international break in November, if I don't see improvements, there's a bad conversation on the way. You don't want to meet me in the alleyway because I've given you chances. I've backed you. I've defended you. But now you have all your players. You've got your 2 centre-backs in De Ligt and Euro. You've got Mazraoui, your left back and right back. You've got Agate, your number 6. You've got Xerxes, your Dutchman, your £40 million striker. You can't have all your Christmas presents at once. You can't have everything for your birthday. You've been back now, Ten Hag. You've got your players. I need to see performances on the pitch. We've beaten Fulham in the 86th minute. We've lost to Brighton when that game could have gone either way, but we still lost it. That's the fact. And we've lost to Liverpool 3-0 at home. Now, this international break, get your head together, get these players together, and start winning football matches. Because at the end of the day, that's what everyone looks at. Are you winning football matches? Even if you've got a shithousey way to 5 in a row, do it. Do it. Change something. Because I look at this build-up at the moment, and, you're going with this 4-2-4. No one's pressing all together. There's gaps in the midfield. There's gaps between the midfield and the defense. And we're too easy to play against. And it's your 3rd season. I want to see more, Erik. I have to see more. I can't come on shows and defend you and say that I'm seeing improvements or, wait till this player's back, wait till this player's back. No, you've got to start delivering now. You've got to start delivering now. And, that's the only saving grace I come in here and say, we're 3 games in. That is why I can't jump early. I can't do that. It's too early. Brighton away, Liverpool at home. Both tough games really on paper. Fulham, we beat 1-0, clean sheet. But we've got Southampton next. We've got the Europa League coming up. Then we've got Villa. We've got Tottenham. We've got Palace. This is it now. Because we could be looking at it and we're 15th or below in the table come the next international break. And I'm sorry, but Jason Wilcox, Barada, they won't be having that. Not when they've dipped their money into their pocket and said, yo, Erik, here's the money for the players you want. We've given you a contract extension, or we've backed you to still stay in the job. Prove to us why. And right now, he's not doing that. And, the first season I feel like was a success because I've always made it clear when Ten Hag come in, I always said I wanted better football first. We got top 4, won a Carabao Cup, and we saw better football for the half the season. And then the half of the season at the end, it started to drop off after the Carabao Cup. Last year was a disaster, but the FA Cup saved it. So you kind of like, okay, but this is a problem now because the football's not improved, but you won an FA Cup. You got something that other rivals didn't even get, which is a trophy. But now it's your 3rd season. So you've had 1 good season, 1 poor season. this is it. The middle ground is here. You have to deliver. And I felt like in his first season, because he got top four and won a trophy, it put the expectation on Ten Hag up even more. Because I think top six in better football would have been like, okay, cool, let's see what you do in your second season. Then you push for top four. Then you try and win a trophy. But he basically done it the other way around. And I feel like that put pressure on Ten Hag to then deliver the second season, which people were saying, okay, you got to finish higher, which is third or more. You know, you've got to win another trophy or two trophies. And I feel like the pressure then started to build because the expectation got high because what he'd done in his first season. I understand it. It's football. Everyone thinks differently. But I said last season, I think we'll struggle to make top four. I felt it. I didn't like the window too much. And I was just like, you know, I think our rivals are gonna improve because the first season, which he had, others did underachieve, you could say. But now there's no excuses because Tottenham haven't had the most amazing window. Chelsea are Chelsea, which we know. Arsenal are going to be competing for the title. So are City. And you've got Liverpool with a new manager that's come in and already shown us after 3 games he's going to play this football. He's already shown what I wanted Ten Hag to show after 3 seasons, which is patterns of play, you know, consistency already in the build-up or in the attacking phase. And I'm not quite seeing that from Erik Ten Hag. Attacking players are struggling. Xerxes looking a bit, got to adjust to the Premier League. Garnacho's Garnacho. Ahmad got dropped when he shouldn't have. Bruno is just going to be Bruno. And there's no consistency there with that attack. And Rashford is just low on confidence right now. So, like, where are the goals going to come from? But we need goals to win matches. Then the midfield, Kobe's being left to suffer. We should have him further up the pitch with the attack and the midfield and the defense pushing up and everyone's a unit supporting each other. It's close, it's compact, but the spaces are huge. Now Kobe's having to run up and down. And his biggest weakness is maybe his running ability. He doesn't have that power. He doesn't have that energy to get up and down the pitch, which is why I've always said Kobe for me at the moment is like a 70-minute player because he's gassed after that. And it's a shame because when he's on the ball and he's moving with that guile and he's turning and, you know, dropping a shoulder, it looks nice. It looks pretty, but we're not seeing enough of that. We're not seeing enough of him in the final third. So Ten Hag has to change something. And it's up to him now over this international break to do that. Because we've got Southampton away next, you know, 12:30 kickoff. That could be ugly. Because imagine we lose that. Imagine. I don't want to be on shows if that happens. Because the pressure on my neck is going to be mad. It's going to be mad. But it's 3 games in. But I recognize the problems, the midfield, the gaps. You know, Lisandro Martinez looking short on confidence. The attack short of confidence. Something has to change. Body language. Because even one thing is, you know, the players' body language. Another thing is Ten Hag coming out saying, well, look at the trophies they've won. You know, more than other teams. You know, question reporters when they're challenging them on rightful things. And he didn't really know how to answer it. He's struggling right now. And I didn't really like the way he spoke about things because for me, when you come out and say, look how many trophies I've won, it's like, yo, are you disobeying the league? Are you saying that the league don't matter? Because if I finish 8th, but I win you an FA Cup, I won another trophy. I don't want that at Manchester United. I want to be competing for leagues. I want to be seeing progress. Okay, maybe not competing, but progressing. You know, patterns of play, regular, good, consistent football, beating some of the big teams. I want to see improvement, basically. I don't want to see just a cup every year, but we're shit in the league. I'm sorry, Erik. Manchester United don't stand for that. There's a reason we've got the most leagues. Yeah? So please, fix up. Fix up. Don't be chatting shit on TV. Because people don't forget. And once you lose the fans, that's it, gone. And quarter or half of the fan base that gone at Old Trafford. And they're the ones that pay their money to go and watch the games. They're the last ones to sort of regress against the manager because they're there. They live and breathe it. They want to give you time. They want you to succeed. We're all Man United fans here. We want to win together. Whether we disagree on certain players or whatever, that is what it is. But we all want to win every single game of football. Don't talk like that. It was so disappointing. And that's what pissed me off even more than the loss, if I'm honest. So, look, Agate is now going to come into the side, hopefully, after the international break. Ten Hag's already said, look, he's not fully fit. He hasn't played for a while. It might take him months. Forget that. Get him in. 60 minutes. I don't care. Get him in. Get that consistency. Get some South American cojones in there. Get someone that's going to battle, someone that's going to run and live and breathe this football club, which I think he will do. Just like Cavani did when he came in, and they're both Uruguayan. Just get some aggression in there, get some passion, and change it up. Because last but not least, Erik, if you're going to continue to play players that aren't performing and maybe aren't agreeing with what you're even trying to set out to do, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. You know, if you've got to play Agate, Toby Collier, drop Bruno and play Kobe, cool, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I'm done with, this player's got to play. No, play what you feel is right for the team and what's best for the team. Kobe needs to be playing more advanced. Ahmad has to be starting. De Ligt has to be starting every game. Agate's got to be straight in. You know, do what you need to do to get results, because right now you're losing a fan base, and slowly but surely you're losing me. And we don't want that. I don't want that. So it's a massive, massive, massive period now between this international break and the next. I could be sitting here at the next international break saying I want him out. And like I said to you already, once I say I want him out, I want him out. But I still believe that something can change. I'm hoping that something can click. And yes, it's a bit of hope. Yes, I've got to believe. But, you know, I wanted this manager when it was him or Poch. I was clear on Ten Hag. Even when other managers are mentioned, I wanted Ten Hag. He was my first choice. And I think that's why I'm so passionate about it, because when I've had the Jose Mourinho's, I didn't want Jose Mourinho. I knew it was going to end how it did. Van Gaal was Van Gaal, and Moyes I definitely didn't want. And then Oli was kind of like, you know, you want it to work for him because he's played for the club. But Erik Ten Hag is the first manager since David Moyes, since Sir Alex Ferguson left the football club, that I definitely wanted it at Manchester United, because what he done at Ajax. And I like the football they played. When I see him in the Champions League, I've not seen none of that here at all. But of course, you just got to go off what you see and what his charisma looks like with the players over there. And it looked like everything was great. He looked like one of the best up-and-coming managers in Europe. And I still think he could be a good manager at another team like a Dortmund or something in the future. But I want it to work here. So Erik, I'm giving you a chance. I've come on here. I've done a 17-minute video talking about loads of things. You know, it's 3 games in. It's still early. But you've got to turn it around now. You've got to show me something. Big period now. Guys, I hope you've seen me rant. You see me talk about the pros and cons, why I'm backing him still. Well, backing him, hoping that it can turn around. He's got all his players and he can make changes, and it's only 3 games in. But it is more hope than believe. My belief is running out. It's low. But if I'm here next international break and we've got worse, it will be time for a change. It will be time for Erik to go. Like, subscribe, hit up the comments, kill me, pan me, whatever you want to do. I will be checking them. I will be responding to them. I'm a Man United fan, and Erik Ten Hag, I need you to turn this around.